Hello, my name is Dylan Hall, and in this video, I'm going to be taking this blank canvas here, and I'm just going to be doing some good old-fashioned doodling. I'm going to be starting right here, as you have probably seen me often do if you've seen any of my other videos with doing a light circle, a light rough circle. And I've talked about it many times because, well, there are just so many things that start off with a light circle as the base of the character. And I'm sure you can think of a few characters that start that way. I'm thinking of a few now that I could probably draw after this. But right here, I think I'm going to be doing a bunny character. So I've got his little crossed eyes here. These arches that are sort of like eyebrows, but aren't, because they're sort of like this big shape. It can sort of stretch and exaggerate. I'm gonna give him some bunny ears and put that in there. Have him kind of coming from the back, almost like it's hair coming from the back of his head and sticking up. Looks kind of nice. And then I think I'm just gonna lightly fill the inner ear just to give it a little color separation. Just like that, we get a nice little bunny rabbit. One of those characters that I was thinking of earlier that starts out with just a circle and is mostly circle. Like with this character, I gave him more of a shape, a sculpt to his face. This character, on the other hand, doesn't really have much of that. And that is Larry the Cucumber, or not Larry the Cucumber, I'm sorry, Bob the Tomato.
Dylan?
Who is comprised entirely of circles. Circle for his body, a circle for his nose, for his pupils. I'm gonna go around here and do these kind of this little arc. The VeggieTales have very interesting eyes because they are like stuck together pretty much. And then they have these very visible eyebrows, or it's not really eyebrows, they're like it's their eyelids, but they're just always visible. It's sort of like what I did over here with this rabbit character, but it's not like eyebrow muscles like this is. It's supposed to be their eyelids, but they kind of use them for exaggerating their expressions as both, you'll find, which is interesting and not usually what gets done, because eyelids are so small, but they made the eyelids a very big part of the character design and the stylization of the eyes. And it can be kind of hard to draw, I've found, because it's very easy to make them look very sleepy, because it'll look like the eyelids are sort of drooping. So they can't be too big and they can't be too small, I've found. Come in and darken that so that it's clear what's going on up here. Might have done it a little too rough because it's starting to kind of look more like he's got scraggly hair. So I'll come in and kind of do a little bit of erasing, which I try not to do when sketching, but every once in a while just makes things a little easier, as long as it's an exception to the rule, I suppose. He kind of looks a little spaced out. I don't know if that's the eyebrows or if that's because of where I placed the pupils. Sorry for removing Bob's eyeballs. Let me kind of put it here on his nose. It'll create more space between those eyelids and the pupils. Let me see how that looks. It's a little better. Make him look more excited there. Yeah, that's all right. I think that's good for now. The other character I thought of that is mostly comprised of circles, and it might have been the first one you thought of, because he is the most famous cartoon character to be comprised mostly of circles, is of course Mickey Mouse himself. But you can see here his ears are not a perfect circle. It's very stretched out. So I tried to, I completely lost my train of thought. I actually have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna draw Mickey now. He's a very particular character design, and while I know how to draw him, there's usually one or two things that I get kind of wrong on him. I think I'm making his nose go out a little too far here. He's had so many designs over the years. I'm just trying to get the spirit of Mickey in there in the drawing. And this is something I always have trouble with Mickey, and with characters who have mouths like this in general, is that their mouth will then like kind of stick off, and then it'll have this like lip that comes off of the rest of the character, and then it kind of connects to the rest of the face and the muzzle and everything. And I have a little bit of trouble with that, with trying to get that connected and get it so that the lip looks like a lip and not like it's like a chin. You know, there's a technical side to drawing, and then there's just kind of letting loose and just having fun. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to draw some fun characters, and it's all learning. It's all learning. Every time that I draw, I try, you know, to learn something from each drawing. Trying to really figure out the really technical stuff, which I have done before and will do, is, you know, very important, and really making sure you get all that technical stuff down. But there is an element of just having fun while you're drawing that will make it all enjoyable. And you can have fun doing the technical stuff and all that as well. But there's something about just drawing and not really worrying if it looks too perfect. You know, it's like you're a kid and you just have fun drawing whatever. Even if you don't draw it right, you know, you draw a little stick figure when you're a kid and you go, hey, look, this is this and this is this and this is a whole story. And it looks nothing like what you're saying it is, but that's that pure creativity, that pure imagination, that when you're able to tap into that and apply the technical, the learning with that same childlike creativity and free imagination to your drawing, it really can create things that are really cool and really special. And then you're having fun doing it. So, you know, it's a win-win situation. You're making better art and you're having fun doing it. I think I'm going to try to do one more thing here. What will it be? I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of the fun of it, is I don't know. So hey, we've done 3 circles here. Let's do something. Let's start it off with a square. Let's see how that goes. And this is something cool here. You can do that. I don't know if I talked about this on the channel. Check that out. Look at that. That's something you can show off to your friends and say, look at that. I can draw a perfect box. Well, it's probably not perfect, but they won't know that, probably. We could do looking around for inspiration. Let's do a dog. Let's try to do a dog from this square. It does make me think of sort of a bulldog kind of look. And give him this little mouth here. Put a little chin there. And let's kind of have him like that. I see this dog as being, you know, he thinks he's the toughest dog in the world, but he's really a very sweet dog. I don't know what kind of ears those are. It looks more like a bear. And you can see I'm kind of rounding out the character, and that's mostly because a lot of things, you know, you don't see them being... I just had an idea. We're gonna make him aloof. So add some little, like, kind of fat rolls there. And let's give him some little doggy paws. I think his name will be Rufus. He looks like a Rufus. He's really a very sweet dog. But he doesn't want that getting out. Maybe we can have the body kind of slope down a little bit. More like that. Gives a little bit more perspective. I think Rufus is a wonderful way to end this off. So with that, I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Of course, I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.